Have you ever had a big dream but talked yourself out of it before you even started? Maybe you wanted to start a business, but you thought, I'm not smart enough. Maybe you wanted to change careers, but you thought, it's too risky. Maybe you saw an opportunity, but you thought, people like me don't do things like that. And then you watched someone else, someone not smarter, not luckier, not more talented, go after the exact same dream and succeed. What if I told you the only difference between you and them wasn't talent or luck? It was the quality of their thinking. This is the story of a man whose weak thoughts kept him small until one conversation changed everything. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will change how you see yourself forever. In a mid-sized tech company in a busy American city, there worked a 38-year-old operations manager named Marcus. On paper, Marcus had a decent life. He had a stable job managing a small team. He earned enough to pay his bills. He had worked at the same company for 12 years, moving up slowly from entry level to middle management. But inside, Marcus felt like he was drowning in mediocrity. Every morning, he drove the same route to work, parked in the same spot, sat at the same desk, and handled the same problems. He watched younger colleagues with MBA degrees get promoted past him. He saw people with half his experience launch their own companies, and he read about success stories and felt a painful ache in his chest. Because Marcus had dreams too. He had a notebook hidden in his desk drawer, filled with business ideas, plans for a consulting firm, strategies he had developed over years of experience, ideas that could work, ideas that could change his life. But every time he thought about actually doing something, a voice in his head would say, "You're not ready yet. You don't have enough money. What if you fail? Who are you to think you can compete? Stay where it's safe." His wife, Jennifer, would sometimes ask, "Marcus, why don't you go for that director position that just opened up?" And Marcus would reply, "I don't think I'm qualified. And they want someone with an MBA, someone younger, someone more, dynamic." Jennifer would look at him with frustration. "You've been saying that for 5 years. When will you believe in yourself?" Marcus had no answer. What Marcus didn't realize was that his thoughts had become his prison. Every weak thought, every "I can't," every "I'm not," every "what if I fail," was a brick in the wall that kept him trapped. His thinking was small, and so his life stayed small. This pattern continued year after year until one afternoon when everything changed. One Thursday afternoon, the CEO called an all-hands meeting. "I'm excited to announce our new Director of Operations, Daniel Chen." Marcus felt his stomach drop. Daniel was 29 years old. He had joined the company just 3 years ago with an MBA from Stanford and expertise in data analytics, skills Marcus didn't have. The company had hired Daniel specifically for a leadership track. Marcus had helped train him on operations, and now Daniel was his boss. After the meeting, Marcus sat alone in his office, staring at nothing. His hands shook. Something inside him was cracking. He pulled out his hidden notebook, the one with all his dreams, and started reading. Business plans that could have worked. Ideas that were actually good. Strategies that companies would pay for. And he asked himself the question he had been avoiding for 12 years. Why am I still here? The answer came like a punch to the chest. Because I've been too afraid to believe I could do more. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. He lay in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, and admitted something he had never said out loud. "I've been lying to myself. I'm not unqualified. I'm not unready. I'm just scared. And I've let that fear convince me I'm less than I am." The next morning, Marcus did something unusual. Instead of going straight to work, he drove to a coffee shop he had passed 1,000 times but never entered. Behind the counter was an older man, maybe in his 60s, calm and focused, making coffee with the precision of someone who had mastered his craft. Marcus ordered a coffee and sat down. As the man brought it to his table, Marcus noticed something, a small plaque on the wall. Harrison & Associates, business consulting firm, founded 1998. "You own a consulting firm?" Marcus asked. The man smiled. "I did. Sold it 5 years ago. Now I run this coffee shop because I enjoy it. I'm Robert Harrison." Something in Marcus broke open. "Can I ask you something? How did you go from working for someone else to building your own company?" Robert studied him for a moment. "You're stuck, aren't you?" Marcus nodded, unable to speak. "Come back tomorrow morning, same time. I'll tell you what nobody ever taught me, but wish they had." Marcus hesitated. "Why would you help me? You don't even know me." Robert's eyes softened. 20 years ago, I was you, stuck in middle management, full of dreams and weak thoughts. A stranger challenged me to change my thinking. It saved my life. Now I do the same for people who are ready." The next morning, Marcus arrived at 6 a.m. Robert was already there, 2 coffees ready. "Tell me," Robert began, "what stops you from going after what you really want?" Marcus exhaled. "I think about all the reasons it won't work. I'm not young enough, connected enough, confident enough. I think about failing, about losing money, about looking stupid." Robert nodded slowly. "And those thoughts, do they make you take action or avoid action?" "Avoid," Marcus admitted. "Exactly. Now let me show you something." Robert drew 2 trees on a napkin. "See these trees? They started as identical seeds. Same soil, same sun, same water. But look at the difference. One tree was massive, strong, with deep roots. The other was small, weak, I'm barely standing." "What's the difference?" Marcus asked. "The roots. The small tree has shallow roots because it was afraid to go deep. It thought, what if I hit rocks? What if it's too hard? What if I fail? So it stayed shallow, safe. And because its roots were weak, the tree stayed weak." Robert pointed to the strong tree. "This tree thought differently. It pushed through rocks. It went deep even when it was hard. And because its roots were strong, everything above ground became strong." He looked at Marcus. "Your thoughts are your roots. Weak thoughts create weak roots. Weak roots create weak results. Strong thoughts create strong roots, and strong roots create strong lives." "Here's what I learned after building 3 companies," Robert continued. "Your external reality is always a mirror of your internal thinking. Always." He wrote on the napkin, "Weak thinking. I can't. I'm not ready. What if I fail? People like me don't do this. Result, hesitation, then inaction, then same life. Strong thinking. I can learn. I'll start and improve. What if I succeed? I'm exactly who needs to do this. Result, decision, then action, then new life." Marcus, for the next 90 days, I want you to do something radical. Every single time you catch yourself thinking a weak thought, and you will, dozens of times a day, I want you to stop and replace it with a strong thought. "Just replace it?" Marcus asked. Replace it and then take one small action based on the strong thought. If you think, I can't afford to start a business, replace it with, I can start small and build. Then do one thing. Research, make one call, write one page of your plan, one action, every day. Robert leaned in. Your life won't change because of one big decision. It will change because you retrain your mind to think like the person you want to become. 90 days, every thought. Are you willing? Marcus felt something shift inside him. Yes, I'll do it. Good. Come back in 90 days and show me what you've built. Not in the world, but in your mind. The next morning, Marcus started his experiment. The first week was brutal, not because of action, but because of awareness. Marcus had no idea how many weak thoughts he had every single day, hundreds every hour. I can't speak up in this meeting. Stop. I have valuable ideas worth sharing. He spoke up. I'm not qualified for that project. Stop. I can learn what I need. He volunteered. Starting a business is too risky. Stop. Staying stuck is riskier. He researched business licensing requirements. Each replacement felt awkward, fake, like he was lying to himself. But he kept going. By week 2, something strange happened. The strong thoughts started coming faster. The weak thoughts started losing power. Marcus signed up for an online business strategy course he had been not ready for 3 years. He reached out to 2 former clients about potential consulting opportunities. He started writing his business plan, not perfectly, but actually writing it. His co-workers noticed. Marcus, you seem different, more confident. He was, because his roots were going deeper. In week 7, reality tested him. His wife's car broke down, $2,000 in repairs, the exact amount he had saved to start his business. Old Marcus would have thought, see, and the universe is telling me not to start. It's a sign. New Marcus thought, this is a test. I can fix the car and keep building. I'll adjust my timeline, not my dream. He fixed the car. He kept working on his business plan. He refused to let circumstances dictate his thinking. By day 90, Marcus had completed his online course, created a detailed business plan, and built a simple website. More importantly, he had retrained his default thinking pattern. When challenges appeared, his first thought was no longer, I can't. It was, how can I? On day 90, Marcus walked into Robert's coffee shop. Robert smiled. I can see it in your eyes. Your roots went deep. Didn't they? Marcus pulled out a folder. I haven't quit my job yet, but I have a complete business plan. I've reached out to 5 potential clients. 2 are interested, and most importantly, I have a completely different mind than I had 90 days ago. That's the real transformation, Robert said. The business will follow, but the mindset had to come first, because strong thinking creates strong action. Always. Marcus paused. Why did you really help me? Robert's eyes grew distant. My son. He was stuck like you. Full of talent, full of fear. I was too busy building my company to notice. By the time I tried to help him change his thinking, he had already given up on himself. He's 50 now, still in the same job he hated at 25. His voice softened. I can't change his story, but I can help people like you write a different ending. That's why I sold my company. That's why I'm here. Marcus felt tears forming. Thank you. You saved my life. No, Robert said gently. You saved your own life. I just showed you where to dig for the roots. 6 months after that first conversation, Marcus had his first paying client, a small manufacturing company that needed operations consulting. The project? $1,500 for a 2-week analysis. It wasn't a fortune, but it proved something more valuable than money. His ideas had value. His experience mattered. He could do this. 1 year after meeting Robert, and Marcus had 5 clients, all referrals. He was still working his day job, but now he worked his consulting business every evening and weekend. His wife noticed the biggest change wasn't in his bank account. It was in his eyes. "You walk differently now," she told him one evening, "like you believe in yourself." "I do," Marcus said, "because I changed what I believe about myself." 18 months after that first coffee shop conversation, Marcus gave his notice at the company. Daniel, his former subordinate turned boss, asked him, "Why now? You're doing well here." Marcus smiled. "Because I spent 12 years thinking small. I'm done with that. I'm building something of my own now." Daniel respected that. "Good luck, Marcus. I learned a lot from you." "And I learned the most important lesson from someone else," Marcus replied, "that everything changes when you change your mind." My friend, Marcus's story proves something most people never understand. Your life is not controlled by circumstances. It's controlled by how you think about circumstances. Right now, you have thoughts running through your mind, and those thoughts are either building your future or destroying it. Weak thinking sounds like, "I'm not good enough. It's too late for me. I don't have what it takes. Success is for other people." And those thoughts create weak actions, hesitation on procrastination, playing small, staying safe. Strong thinking sounds like, "I can learn what I need. I'll start where I am. I have unique value to offer. My time is now." And those thoughts create strong actions, decision, movement, growth, transformation. Here's the truth Robert taught Marcus, and I'm teaching you. Your external world is always a perfect mirror of your internal thinking. If your life feels small, check your thoughts. If your life feels stuck, check your thoughts. If your life feels limited, check your thoughts. Because you cannot outperform your self-image. You cannot achieve beyond what you believe you deserve. You cannot create externally what you haven't built internally. So here's your 90-day challenge, the exact same challenge Marcus took. Step 1. For the next 24 hours, just notice your thoughts. Don't change them yet. Just become aware of how many times you think weak, limiting, fearful thoughts. Write them down. You'll be shocked. Step 2. Starting tomorrow, every time you catch a weak thought, stop. Say it out loud. That's weak thinking. Then replace it with a strong thought, out loud. Then take one small action based on the strong thought. Step 3. Repeat this every single day for 90 days. No exceptions. No, "I'll start Monday." No, just "Today I'll skip." 90 days of mental discipline. I promise you, if you do this with commitment, your life 90 days from now will not look the same. Not because circumstances magically changed, because you changed, your thinking changed. And when your thinking changes, everything changes. Marcus was stuck in middle management for 12 years with big dreams and small thoughts. In 90 days, he built a business foundation, gained confidence, and most importantly, rebuilt his mind. You're watching this video, which means you have awareness. You have access to knowledge. You have the ability to change. The question is, will you use it? Or will you keep thinking the same weak thoughts and wondering why your life doesn't change? If you're ready to rebuild your mind, prove it right now. Like this video as your commitment to the 90-day challenge. Then comment, "I'm replacing weak thinking with strong thinking starting today." Let's create accountability together. I'll be in the comments checking who's serious. Share this video with someone who's stuck, not because they lack talent, but because they've been thinking small. And subscribe, because every week I bring you stories of people who transform their minds and change their lives. Remember Marcus's lesson. Weak thinking creates weak roots. Weak roots create weak lives. Strong thinking creates strong roots. Strong roots create extraordinary lives. Your thoughts today are building your life tomorrow. Choose them wisely. The mirror is waiting. What will it reflect?